A long time no see, and that's completely my fault. I think my last video was like 8 months ago now. So the entirety of my sophomore year started and finished. So sorry about that. But yeah, it's been a really busy year. And I'm actually moving out in 2 days now. I'm still staying in Boston for summer one because I'm on co-op. But that's a whole nother story for another video. But essentially what I'm trying to say is that since I'm moving out in 2 days, it's about time that I finally did a dorm tour so you guys could see what this building is like and what my setup is like this year. So yeah, with that, we'll get started with the tour. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you first enter the apartment. We have 2 really nice windows over there, and I have like these color changing lights on the like border of the window, and it's really nice at night. We'll see if I remember to take a shot of it later tonight and I can insert that so you see what it looks like. But yeah, coming straight in, this is our living room area. So the apartment came with all of this furniture. So it's a big couch, a side table, like a coffee table, and 2 seats. I bought this tapestry to put up on the wall just because the whole room seemed kind of plain and empty. Over here is where we have our table. That's like a rocket ship, but the dorm did not come with that. I did buy that lamp though, because it gets really dark in this room because there are some trees in front of our apartment, so it just, not a lot of sunlight can get into this room. Over here is my bedroom, which I'll get to in a minute. Over here is the other single in the apartment. She already moved out, but I can't show you in there because the door is locked. And over here we have the other double. So basically this apartment is a 4-person apartment, so it's 1 double and 2 singles, and I'm in one of the singles. So yeah, over here we have our kitchen, and it's really big and spacious. We have all of this counter space. So there's a lot of cabinets, so there's more space than we need, to be honest. We also have like an oven and a stove. Came with the apartment. The microwave did not come with the apartment. The fridge did, as one would hope. The pantry is really big. It holds a lot of food, so it was no issue for me and my roommates. And it also comes with a dishwasher, which is really nice. Here's the sink, and it has a garbage disposal, which is kind of scary because I'm not used to that, but it is handy. And then coming over to the right side, this is our bathroom. Let me turn on the light. Okay, so yeah, you can see that it is 2 sinks, and each sink has like a cabinet and 2 drawers. So we just split it up so that everyone had 1 drawer and then shared a cabinet with someone and a sink. So this is my half, and it's just like last year kind of. You have like 3 shelves to put your stuff on, and some more storage space underneath. And then coming into here, it's split into 2 different rooms so that people can like use the sinks and stuff while someone else might be using the toilet or the shower. And the shower is an actual bathtub, so that's nice too. Yep. So that's the bathroom, and coming out of there, I guess we'll go to my room now. And this is what it looks like coming into my room. You can see that it is pretty spacious, and I also am lucky enough to have 2 windows. That is because our apartment is on like the corner of the building, and it just so happens that my bedroom is where the corner is. So most rooms only have 1 window, but I'm lucky enough to have 2, which is nice because it gets really nice and bright in here. It kind of was annoying in the winter because it got so cold because of all like the wind chill and stuff, so I ended up having to get like a space heater. Don't tell res life because that's not allowed, but it was the only way to kind of keep the room warm enough for me to like sleep. Over here we have like a standard door thing. You have to use your card to get into the front door of the apartment, and you have to use your code for that door. And then this door just works with your Husky card and you don't need to use a code, but it is nice because you can lock your like bedroom from your other roommates if you wanted to. On the back of my door, I hung up some hooks. Over here I have my mirror. Here is the closet that the room comes with. And this year it has a door, so that's really nice. I don't have to do the whole curtain thing. But if I open it up, you'll see it's pretty much the same setup as last year. There's a few shelves on the right side. I bought a shoe rack to put at the bottom so that they wouldn't all be piled there at the bottom. And then there's a lot of space on top to store whatever you might need to store. Over here we have the thermostat that does not work as per usual here at Northeastern. And over here is my bed space area. So it's the typical size. It's like an extra long twin or whatever that's called, but it's just a typical bed. I could change the height if I want. This is the height that I chose so that I would have room underneath to store stuff that I need in the apartment. And over there is like the ledge of the window, so that's just where I had space to put like a lamp and my alarm clock, and I put my phone over there too when I'm sleeping, so that's that cable. And also one thing that's weird about this room, a lot of the rooms are really strangely shaped in this area. So basically that's not like a 90-degree angle in that corner, so I kind of had to choose if I wanted the bed to be flat against that wall or that wall. So I chose that wall, so you can see that there's like a few inches of space over here just because it's not like directly 90 degrees. Over here I just have some prints up, and over here behind like my bed I had some space, so that's where I have my laundry and some like shopping bags to go food shopping and stuff. Over here is the drawer unit that the room came with. Last year I had 2 different drawer units and they were both 2 drawers each, and this year it's just this one tall one. And I have some stuff on top of it. And then finally over here is my desk area. So I have pretty much everything that I had the same last year. The setup is the same. It's 3 drawers on the side, 1 drawer right underneath, and then like the hutch on top to store stuff. And here are just some flowers that I have in the window because I thought they're nice. And looking out my window, you can see that there is a nice view of the West Village quad. So even further down there, that's Centennial. This is like the West Village. There's a bird's nest. And there, kind of where I'm pointing, is Wally's, which is really important because it's really nice and convenient if you need to pick anything up, even though it's really overpriced. So I would recommend not doing that if you can. So yeah, that's my bedroom. One weird thing that I will say about my room in particular is that I'm underneath like an archway. So there are rooms like right across from me, and I can see into all of their rooms and they can see into mine. So as you can see, most people keep their blinds closed. I usually do too, but I just put them up for the sake of the video and having like light to film and stuff. But yeah, if you look down here, you can see, can you see? Kind of. Let me climb up on my bed. But I have a nice view also of the quad from my bed. And then if you can kind of see that way, that's like Wentworth, which is another school in the area, and there's like a baseball field over there, and I always hear them playing baseball. But I kind of like it, personally. So yeah, that's my apartment. It's really, really big, I will say. I honestly don't think I needed this much space, but it is nice to have, and it's nice to have people over. Since some of my roommates moved out, some of the stuff is missing, but there used to be like a really small TV on that table, and it was just against that wall. And we also used to have a beanbag. So I guess I'll just sit down and talk about a few logistical things right now real quick. Okay, sweet. So yeah, that was my apartment basically. I just wanted to go over a few things about like logistical stuff about housing at Northeastern. So this is like the West Village area, and these are like the enhanced apartments on campus. So it's like the highest end you can get. There's a good amount of them. I'm in a building that is usually reserved for second years. So pretty much everyone is a second year here, but there's also other buildings that are a bit newer. They're pretty much the same layout, but they're just a bit nicer, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been in there. I don't live there. But even older upperclassmen can live there. So you're eligible to live in this housing as soon as you're a second year. So that's what I did, because I'm a second year. I did mention that I'm moving out of this apartment in 2 days, even though I'm staying in Boston. And the reason for that is they're closing this dorm down for the summer, which kind of stinks. So I had to choose another apartment. Honestly, most people are getting kicked out of their dorms just because they don't keep many open during the summer. I'm lucky enough that I got another dorm in West Village. A lot of people moved to the Davs, which are the other like enhanced dorms on campus. And they have air conditioning, which is why I'm very grateful that I got that dorm. But this is the room that I lived in for my sophomore year, which has come and gone already. I moved in September when it was like move-in time as one moves into school, and I thought that I would have to move in between fall semester and spring semester just because technically they do pick housing again, and that's just because of like the co-op cycles at Northeastern and how everyone is always in and out. But they ended up like squatting me in this dorm for the spring term, so basically I just got to stay where I lived in the fall, which is nice. I know some people moved in between, but usually it's people that wanted to move to like another apartment. But they do that because like a lot of people are coming back to campus that might have been away on co-op or study abroad or whatever. At Northeastern, you might have to be moving a lot. Hopefully they will squat you as they did for me. Also, some other things about this dorm is that on the first floor is where we have the laundry. There are 8 washing machines and 8 dryers, which isn't a lot for the size of the building. We have 6 floors and I don't even know how many apartments, but it can get pretty full in the laundry room. So I try to go like at off-peak hours. And then usually you can find a machine, but don't go on Sundays because you will not find a machine. And also on the first floor, we kind of have like a common room area, but not really. It's just kind of like a couch and a TV. So I will say that's one thing that this dorm in particular is lacking. We don't really have any common space, but it hasn't been that bad just because we all have enormous living rooms, as you saw. So if I want people to come over, we can just hang out there. We do have access to another dorm's like common areas just because we don't have like any. And that one has really nice common areas like a study lounge and like a pool table room and all that jazz, and it's like really nice and new and modern. But I've only been there once because I really just like can't be bothered to go there because I have to like walk outside to get there and it's not in my dorm. So kind of annoying. I also can't like sign any guests into that other dorm because I don't live there myself, so I can just sign myself in if I want to use the study space, but I can't bring in any friends, which also stinks because that's where they hold all of the dorm events for this dorm as well. So yeah, keep that in mind. I have loved this dorm a lot this year. I think it's really, really great. I've loved having a kitchen, so I haven't been on a meal plan at all this year. Some people do choose to buy the meal plan, or they choose to go for like a profiler meal plan, which is when you just buy like a certain number of meals for the semester. But personally, after last year, I was very much done with the dining hall food, and I have just been cooking for myself and doing that. So that's pretty much all I have to say about my dorm for this year, even though I did say quite a bit, I guess. But I hope that this was informative for you, I guess, just to kind of see what the layout of the apartment is like and like what it comes with and what space you'll have to live in. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me. I'd be happy to answer, and I will see you guys next video, which will hopefully be fairly soon. Yeah, bye.